And we're live for another 5 Minute Friday. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Jesse Weeb, your local lead here in Saskatchewan, and I am pleased to be joined today by Mike Wesolowski of Luxonic. How are you doing today, Mike?
I'm great, Jesse. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a cool day here in the prairies, but we're red hot here at TNT. We just announced our top five, and we're really excited to have one of our previous winners with us here today, Luxonic. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Luxonic and your amazing product, Sieber, and what it is?
Thanks, Jesse. I'm really excited to be here. So at Luxonic, we develop virtual and augmented reality software for the healthcare industry. Our mission is to use immersive technologies like VR to improve access to healthcare around the world. We empower the healthcare industry with immersive tools that enhance medical education, clinical training, and remote healthcare delivery. So our first product, Sieber, is a digital twin of the radiologist's workflow in virtual reality. It enables radiologists the freedom to control how, where, and when they work, while improving efficiency and cost savings for the health system.
Very, very cool. And I've actually got a chance to demo it on finale night. It was super cool.
Great.
Right? It's like the holodeck, you're like playing around, seeing all the radiology images up on the screen. Yeah. How's the reception been so far to the product?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. We've been working with radiologists from the very beginning on this product, and it's really solving a critical need for radiology. I can dive in a little bit to radiology if you're not familiar with it, Jesse, if you think it would be helpful.
Yeah, let's let everybody know here. Maybe people don't really fully understand it. Yeah.
Sounds good. So radiology really is at the core of modern healthcare. Over 80% of patients that enter into the hospital need some form of medical imaging. It's used to diagnose and monitor thousands of conditions, traumas, and diseases. And without it, really, modern healthcare collapses. But we are facing a crisis. The demand for radiology services has gone through the roof, and we don't have enough radiologists to actually serve all of the people. So one way that we can solve this problem is to create better and more efficient tools for radiologists to do their work, and that's what we've done with Sieber.
Very cool. Awesome. Yeah. Well, you can definitely see why we invested in your company if it's solving such a impactful problem. That's really exciting. So you've been building Luxonic out of Saskatchewan, right? You've been here in pretty much your whole life. But why did you decide to build it here in Saskatchewan? How has it been, building a tech company that's got such global ramifications in the middle of the prairies?
Honestly, I think it's been a fantastic experience overall. The ability for us to collaborate with our colleagues right here at home. I think in the prairies, people like to support each other, and that's a collaborative experience that makes starting startups pretty awesome in general. And we've managed to build a really amazing team right here from Saskatchewan, but also we've attracted talent from all around the world and some really major players in healthcare, former executives from Philips, radiologists from the US. Just because we're in Saskatchewan doesn't mean that we can't build a fantastic company right here. Amen. And grow out from Saskatchewan to the rest of Canada and the rest of the world.
Absolutely. Yeah. Saskatchewan's definitely been proving that you can build a company from anywhere. In fact, this week I've been hosting TNT co-founder Tim Lin here in Saskatoon, and he's been saying we punch way above our weight class here in Saskatchewan. He's always super impressed. And I feel like you feel the same way, don't you, Mike?
Oh, 100%. We've got so many amazing companies in Saskatchewan, and the tech community has just been growing leaps and bounds since I moved to Saskatchewan nine-ish years ago. So it's been fantastic to see the ecosystem develop so quickly.
Absolutely, yeah, and you've been a great member of that community, and yeah, you're one of our most recent winner from the spring. I met you just before the summit got started. And what made you decide to apply to the summit?
Well, we've always been passionate about working with, the local community on the startup side and the investment side. And applying to the summit was actually pretty serendipitous. We had just opened our pre-seed round, raised a little bit of money from some investors from the States. And then, Jesse, you and I were introduced by the other Mike W., Mike Wesolowski, and it was off to the races. It was, amazing. It was an amazing experience, the entire summit. And winning, honestly, was fantastic for us. It's going to help us scale our business faster, and again, allow us to work with the local community. Really, was a no-brainer.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that. And so you obviously won. You got a sizable investment from us. But what were some of the other big impacts that you feel like came out of the summit and the process you went through?
Yeah, I mean, definitely additional exposure locally, well, across the prairies actually, because Startup TNT is growing across the prairies as well. And honestly, I'd love to see it grow across Canada, because I love the way you guys work and the summit experience in general. But for the company, really, this funding is allowing us to grow both our sales team and our IP portfolio, and some of our regulatory work that we're doing in the US. It's allowing us to really accelerate all of that. So very exciting, big impact on our company.
Well, love to hear that. Love to hear that. And yeah, absolutely want to see Startup TNT, be Canadian wide. I think BC's next on our hit list. And then I definitely want to get it out there to Eastern Canada, which I know you're very familiar with as well. They've got a great startup scene out there, don't they?
They do, yeah. I grew up in Newfoundland, so it's definitely. I'd love to see Startup TNT spread all the way across the country.
Yeah, exciting. Well, we've got the finale coming up in just under 2 weeks, 13 days from today, on November 17th. And there's 5 companies in each region that have been announced just today as our top 5s. And they're going to be prepping for this finale night. And you got any advice for them as they go into this final night and this final push here?
Yeah, I think enjoy the process. You're here for a reason. You've made it through a lot of due diligence already. And when you're pitching, I would suggest, you focus on the problem and your solution, but keep it simple. Just really hone in on why you're passionate about what you're doing and what kind of impact your solution is going to have. And some amazing companies in the list, and I'm really looking forward to the finale.
Absolutely, me too. I can't wait to see what's going to come out of it, and that's some great advice for those founders. We actually got an announcement was kind of brewing. Maybe it's kind of been released yet already, but it's going to be hitting the media airwaves here over the next couple of weeks. Where you're going to hear it here first with TNT. What's this big announcement, Mike, that you've got to share with us?
So I'm really excited to announce that we closed our pre-seed round. Yeah, thank you. A lot of it was driven by Startup TNT and by our other investors, of course. But yeah, we just closed our pre-seed round, and like I said, it's going to allow us to really move our business forward over the next 6 months. So thank you so much to all our investors. Startup TNT is lead on this round, but we've got some great investors from JM Diversified Concepts and from Capricorn Ventures Limited in BC. So really excited to see how the company grows from here.
Absolutely. Yeah, me too. And we're happy to help in any way we can to get you to that next level. And if people want to reach out to you and maybe try to support you, or maybe they want to get involved somehow, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, you can always find me on LinkedIn and find the company on LinkedIn. We're most active there. But if you want to just email, feel free to email at info@luxonic.ca. So info@luxsonic.ca.
Absolutely. And yeah, thank you so much, Mike, for taking the time to chat with us here. We just hit the 10-minute mark. Always went a little bit over here at 5-Minute Fridays. We just love these conversations so much, and always a great time chatting with you, Mike, and appreciate you taking the time.
You too. Thanks, Jesse.
All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Thanks so much. Talk soon.